Alright, we're working on the 4450 here. Block heater did not want to work this morning. We don't know how long that hasn't worked. We're dealing with a little bit of a cold spell, so we're going to take an ohms meter, get an ohms reading on it, see what it's going to need. We had power going to the the lead cord had power to it, but we're thinking maybe the element itself is bad. So we got that in the shop. Took us a little bit to get it going here this morning. Battery charger and a little bit of ether to get it going. But we had power at the lead cord. We're thinking it's probably the element. The cord looks okay. So we're just going to get an ohms reading on this block heater itself. More than likely, we're probably going to have to put a new element in it. But at least it's in the shop here. We've got a cold snap that we're dealing with now, and it's supposed to be cold like this for the next 3 or 4 days. So we're just going to get an ohms reading on this. It should be anywhere from 13 to 19 here. And come on. And I've got nothing. Try this again. Alright, so we're going to have to change that block heater out. So we'll drain the coolant out and we'll get the heater element out of it and get a new one in there so that we have this tractor to use, so we can, so that we can plug it in and whatnot. So this back in its case. All right, so we're going to drain the coolant. All right, so we're going to drain from the petcock that's right in here on the block. Open that up. We're going to drain it into a pail. Well, the petcock is not working. That is completely open. Must have a piece of crap in it or something. There we go. Alright, we'll let that drain into a pail. I'll swap that out of there.
What are you doing with that?
Block heater. So.
What does it do? Heat going through there and that's how it heats it?
No, that's the drain there. The block heater's right here. So I have to drain the coolant, because that just sits down into a coolant jacket. Well, it must be blown because I ain't getting any ohms out of it. So I'll have to change it. I got to take the return tube off of the turbo. So I got to take that off, swing that out of the way just to get in there to get that block heater out of there. So, alright, in order to get the block heater out of there, the element itself, we've got to take the return tube off of the turbo. We've got to take that off up top here, take it up out of the bottom of the block, get that kind of swung out of the way so we can get a socket onto that block heater. There really isn't any other way to get that out. I mean, if you could get a wrench in there, an end wrench or something, you might be able to finagle it out, but I have never had any luck, you know, getting them out. So it's easier to just get this guy off in there. We've still got coolant draining anyway, so we're going to set you guys over here, and we are going to so our first panel is about full. It should be a little bit more left. Alright, so the coolant's just about done draining. There's still a little bit more coming out of there, not much. We've got our bolts out of this return line to the turbo here now. Now we just got to thread this out of the, yeah, that is done draining. We got to thread that out of the block, so we're going to go ahead and shut this petcock. Now we'll thread that return pipe to the turbo. We'll thread that out of there. I'm hoping it'll go. We've got, let's see, move you guys up closer here. We've got that out of there. Usually this is a mess to try to get out of here. So if we can just swing it kind of out of the way for now, that would be alright too, but usually it's a real big to-do to get it finangled out of there. So if we could just swing it out of the way, that would be alright too. So I don't want to have to take the intake off, but I might have to take the intake off in there just to get it out. But I might be out of the way enough to get a big socket. Okay, all that noise here, them guys are working on alley scrapers, and James is doing an oil change, so that's what all the noise is in the background here. So, I'm going to loosen up the gland nut that's on the heater element itself. There's the gland nut there. Now I can do the what do you think there, Chieffer? get that payloader down here in a while. I don't know what is wrong with this heater element. Well, we're going to test it anyway. So all this element does is just sit inside the jacket of the block there. You see that? So there's coolant in behind there, and then that just heats up the coolant. But for whatever reason, this one's not working. I thought it'd be blown, but I don't see that. So we're going to test it out here again. Yeah, see, I'm getting nothing. We're getting nothing on there. Now here's a new one right here. Yeah, we're getting like 15. I can't hold it steady. There, maybe turn you guys like this. Turn that like that. We're right at 14.8. So, alright. So we're going to slap this new one in there. Another test that we can do. It's a little dangerous, but it's doable. You hook this up to your cord, drop it into a pail of water, and you can watch it heat up. Now, you do not want to plug that in without it being in water. You'll burn it up. So, we're going to go ahead and set this in there. Alright, so just going to wipe the block down a little bit. Set the element itself in there. Alright, so we've got the gland nut threaded. Work its way back in there, and now we can just pull that element itself out. Oh, let's see. See, you cannot see if this was in there where it's supposed to be, like this, you would not be able to get a socket on there. That's why you have to kind of release that down pipe to that terminal. Alright, so the gland nut is tight. Not the gland nut, but the backing nut. I guess this is the gland nut. So now this is going to pull the element out to the actual bulkhead fitting, if you will. I guess it'd be called. That's got an O-ring on it where it seats into the side of the block, and then there's a O-ring on this water heater element that comes up against that bulkhead nut. So what we want is we want those terminals to be completely horizontal. We don't want them terminals when we tighten it up to be turned at all, because that'll put the element itself against the block. So you can hold this heater element itself, it does have a square shoulder on the side of it. So if you have to, you can hold it with a wrench. But we're going to try to snug it up just a little bit and then look at it. Alright, so now we got a new cord that we're going to throw on here. Alright, there's that. We got our new cord on there. Now I'm just going to get some Teflon and do up the threads on this fitting that goes down in the block, just so that that doesn't leak. Alright, so we're just getting the bolt up on the top part of this tube onto the bottom of the turbo. Norris, he's going to pour the coolant in. We're just about done here. Ready for some coolant, Norris? Yeah. I'm probably standing in a very bad spot, but I trust Norris, so I'm just going to keep working here. One wrong move and I'm going to be wearing coolant, ain't I, Norris? But that's alright. If it happens, it ain't like you're going to mean it or anything, right? Right. Okay. Okay, so that's that. Oh, like the fancy little barcode here.
Be done in 3 days.
Okay.
How many days in 3 days, Jeff?
Alright, there's that. Norris is going to get the coolant in there. Ooh. And we're going to pick up our mess here.
Why do you need it?
Yeah, it's very close to the fire.
Now I'm just going to open up this petcock to make sure I've got coolant here. Yep, and I do. Now I can plug that, I'm going to plug that block heater in. We're going to make sure it's working before we go and pull this thing out of here. How much more coolant do you need? Alright, now we have a temperature on the reading on the block of 92 degrees. Right over on the element itself is like 82, 83. So 82 degrees on the nut itself. And then right on the block between the petcock and the heater element itself is 82. Or 92. 82 to 83 degrees on the element. And 92 to 93 between the petcock and the block heater. So we're going to plug the block heater in now. And we're just going to see if that heats up. Usually you can hear the block heater, but there's so much noise in here that I'm not going to be able to hear anything. So we'll set that there. That's working. It's coming up 85, 86. 88, 87, 88, 89. So that's coming up on temperature. So we'll leave that plugged in for a minute. It's getting hot to the touch. Up to 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. It's over 100 degrees right now at the block heater itself. So that's working. We're going to unplug it. Norris is going to, did you top that off? Alright, it is the following day now. We pulled the 4450 out of the shop, obviously, and now it's sitting outside, so we're going to need it again. We'll be able to just plug it in and it'll start. It was on a night spreader. We had to take that off the other day so we get the block heater in there, and we put another tractor on the spreader. So with that being said, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching. Leave me a thumbs up. Drop me a comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't yet already. Thanks again for watching. We'll catch you at the next video.